Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 things only Brits do and think it's normal.
Let us throw caution to the wind.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're going to be looking at behaviours, events, and whatnot that we're so used to and enjoy, yet non-Brits think are bonkers. What do you think the strangest thing we do is? Let us know in those comments below. Number 10. Pantomimes. Every year, without fail, you know there's going to be pantomimes put on somewhere near you. Whether it's a bunch of amateurs having a go, a troupe of celebrities looking to boost their profiles, or Christopher Biggins, there are many types for all people.
I beg your pardon.
It's become a British tradition since it started back in the Middle Ages. Even though it's technically theatre, it's a very unique form, with audience participation encouraged with yells of "He's behind you" over and over again until your voice gets sore. Also, during pantos, you can find plenty of innuendos, over-the-top comedy, and songs, and typically the story will be some form of a fairy tale. It's an acquired taste for non-Brits, who mostly find it confusing. Number 9. Class obsession. There are not many places on the planet that are as obsessed with class as much as the UK, with terms like chav, common, toff, Tory, and so on being thrown around with a dash of disdain. It's become a badge of honour with what class you belong to. Some will judge you for daring to be born to a certain family in a certain town in a certain part of the country.
Young Simon here, first time he's ever been to the theatre, and sees that load of rubbish, you may have put him off the theatre for life.
Just look at the anger that's brought on depending on whether you say scone or scone. There's even an issue of hanging out with people that are from different classes. A working class person having a cup of tea with a posh person? Can't have that. Number 8. X. Something the Brits do that confuses anyone that moves to the UK is how they end texts and other messages. The simple X. All Brits are nodding their heads forcefully now, thinking, yeah, it's a kiss. But Brits use it generously, just sending X's left, right, and centre to everyone in their contacts, even your boss.
Smiley face at the end?
Smiley with a wink. It's cheeky.
On top of this, the number of X's at the end of a message can be used like a secret code. 1 X makes you seem cold, or is for acquaintances. 2 X's is like testing the waters with someone you like, while 3 X's is for your family, partners, and close friends. And if you use 4 or more, then you're desperate. Number 7. Weather conversations. If you're ever waiting for a bus with a stranger, small talk is bound to happen, especially if you live anywhere but London anyway. And when the conversation begins, 9 times out of 10, the weather will be brought up, usually in a negative way. Bit hot today? The news said it was gonna rain later, and so on.
My husband's like the climate, he changes. This morning he went on for 2 hours about the bloody weather.
It's often used as a way to talk, but not actually speak about anything interesting or serious. It's the conversational equivalent of setting personal boundaries. Sometimes weather talk is used as an icebreaker, pun intended. There's even been research into the phenomenon, with 94% of British people admitting to having chatted about the weather in the past 6 hours. Yikes. Number 6. Queuing. Queuing. Is there anything that brings a swell of national pride more than seeing Brits creating a queue out of their instincts? Nope. No, there isn't. It's like a collective hobby that we all share.
There's a queue here. Right.
If anyone dares break the rules by jumping the queue, they will be publicly shamed into defeat. But it doesn't mean we actually like queuing. If anything, we hate it the most and wish the need for it was removed forever. But until that magical day comes, we line up neatly, we wait patiently, we move forward when the line does, and we do it all in near silence beyond passive-aggressive sighing or tongue-clicking when the line is taking ages to move. Number 5. Bin passion. In most places, the bins are collected weekly in the UK, recycling one week and general the next, and we are passionate about it.
Come and get your black bin bags. They're long and black and slender.
We get the bins out onto the pavement the night before they're collected like clockwork. Then, now empty, bring them in the next morning. At the same time, we judge people that just leave their bins out all the time, even gossiping to other neighbors that Jan at number 12 has left hers out for 3 days. But if the bin workers accidentally happen to miss your bin, oh boy, unrivaled anger flows from the unfortunate person. They don't let go. They'll tell everyone for weeks or months about this betrayal from the council. Number 4. Bonfire nights. For non-Brits, the whole country gets really weird on the 5th of November. After all, we celebrate the story of Guy Fawkes trying to blow up Parliament by lighting one firework after another, often in someone else's garden on a freezing autumn evening. The fireworks are usually a little anticlimactic, but we continue with the tradition. On top of this, we get an effigy of Fawkes or someone in the news and lob it on top of a blazing bonfire.
I don't suppose you'd come back in 12 hours when I've blown up the king.
Then we watch it burn while drinking soup, tea, or hot chocolate, and holding a sparkler that fizzes out after 30 seconds. We also have to chant "Remember, remember the 5th of November, which we say over and over again. It's madness, yet delightful. Number 3, tea being a cure-all. When a Brit is facing a crisis of some kind, they're gonna put the kettle on to make a cup of tea. Celebrating? Tea. Thirsty? Tea. Hungry? Tea. Bored? Tea. Literally, we use this drink as a kind of cure-all.
You've got to get out into the world again. Think positive.
All emotions can be dealt with when consuming a warm cuppa. It doesn't really matter what the situation is. We're all just looking for an excuse to pop the kettle on for that pale brown nectar. After all, an estimated 60 billion cups of tea are consumed within our aisles each year, and each Brit has a particular way they like their tea, and any other way is nonsense. Like, why would you put the milk in before the water? That's just bonkers. Number 2, drinking culture. If there's another drink Brits like more than tea, it's alcohol. Doesn't matter what kind. Could be a 2 litre of cider, a pint of lager, a mojito, or whatever. We aren't fussy, but non-Brits can find it a tad jarring at the crazy amounts Brits get through. On top of that, pubs are a centre point of socialisation. Not only do friends meet there, but often whole families with young kids will hang out there for the day.
So, what are you gonna do about it? From the force? Me, all the force. That's your tell.
Those kids will have mountains of packets of crisps and soft drink to keep them quiet, while the adults do Jaeger bombs and yell down it at each other. For better or worse, every British person will have memories of the pub when they were young. Number 1, British foods. Our food gets regularly mocked by other countries. Often the plate's contents will be very brown.
Discount foie gras, egg and ham slabs, Dorrington mince, mystery meat.
Non-Brits like to point at haggis, black pudding, and so on as examples of our strange cuisine, while also making jokes about spotted dick, toad in the hole, etc. Yet those mocking us tend to ignore how we've adapted from other countries to create a more refined national palate, like India, China, Jamaica, Ghana, and others to have more delicious dishes. There's also the argument of chips. Depending on where you're from in the UK, you might have gravy, curry sauce, salt and vinegar, or something else on them, and you're fiercely loyal to your region's topping. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo UK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.